Well, since I've started playing Capybara Go, probably the most annoying thing I've ran into is poison. And this may not affect a lot of you because I am on chapter 72, and this is really where the problem came in for me. But surprisingly, with all the money I spent on the game and all the S grades I actually have one S grade equipped. But before we get into that, I do want to say we hit 30,000 subscribers, and I want to thank everybody that's watched one of my videos, subscribed, or even just left a comment. Really appreciate you guys. It means a ton to me. And also, we got 3 promo codes today. They may not be the greatest, but a code is a code. So if you didn't get those, make sure you go over and grab them before it's too late. Now, what makes this poison so annoying is pretty much you get 5 stacks of poison on you, it's like instant death. There's no reduction for it. Even though it does appear like a skill, the devs have said that poison does not fall under the skill class. So there's really no way to reduce the damage on this. Now, I know a lot of players will try to build around Shock Discharge, which is the one where you go and cast 9 bolts and you reduce the enemy's rage by 50. But given that this octopus here will go and shoot out a poison on every single basic hit, and then give an additional 2 when it uses its rage, this makes it incredibly difficult even with this skill. Now just know that I am using the Mythic Nomad Bow, which is going to increase my attack damage every single time I crit with a basic attack inside the game. So by the time you come up against one of these enemies and say you don't have a Mythic Nomad Bow, this is where you're either going to want to really try hard to get the Combo Mastery, which is going to increase your attack on every time you combo, or even go for War Veteran, which is going to increase your attack every single round. So this is the gear I used right here to beat chapter 72 and also conquer this octopus. As you can see, Mythic Nomad Bow, and we also have the Dragon Breath armor. The 2 Guardian rings we are using are not being used for the actual daggers. They're a benefit, but the main reason we want to use this is for the shields that it gives every 4 rounds. And the reason we have the icy bubbles is so we can have that chance of freezing the enemy. So the other portion of this is the leveling of my gear. Normally everybody says go and throw everything into your weapon, then the armor, and then work your way to the rings and then your accessories. But as you can see, we're pretty low on the rings here. We're pumped in solid on the accessories. Now I know I'm sitting on 4 level 70s, which makes it pretty easy to move these things around, but if I didn't have that, I would first pump everything into the armor, then the accessories, and then my weapon. We really want to focus on HP and defense in this, because having more HP is only going to make it that much easier when you do start to get poisoned. And because HP is so important in this, if you find yourself dying pretty quickly inside this, you might want to go and actually take some of those levels from the weapon and put it on the rings. Now I went in multiple times on this. I played this chapter a lot to kind of figure out what worked best for skills, and I will say, dodge was a nice one to have. If they can't hit you, you can't get poisoned. But I went full tilt on this one here of building around icy spikes. I had the basic, I had the rage, and I even had the at 5 hits. I didn't have frozen touch though. It's not something that's really necessary. We're not really trying to one-shot this thing. We're just trying to keep it from attacking us. But the other one was having some extra shield and then going and obviously getting some way to heal. Ideally, I'm not really big on the daggers in a situation like this. I like the ones that are actually going to give the heal, like when you use your rage, you heal up, but this was what was available and this ended up working for me. So now we have 3 skills with the chance to freeze. We have 2 actual accessories that are able to freeze. And I also have Elsa 2, which is going to be trying to freeze every single round. And I noticed when playing this over and over, we don't actually need to see that ice block around the enemy to actually have that freeze activated. We just need to see the word freeze on it. Not freeze immunity, freeze itself. But the fact that we have 6 ways to freeze, this worked incredibly well. And I'm actually considering maybe running this on other chapters just to see how well it does. But with all the extra healing, the shields, even having these actual attacks climb on us, this thing didn't really give me too much trouble, where the other times it was pretty much a one-shot kill, and there's even moments where I killed them and then that poison just killed me at the same time. So if this is something you're struggling on, play around with it, give this a shot. I think you'll be surprised at how well it works. If you want to know the hidden stats about the Reckoning Badge, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.